Hi, I'm Scott W. Harold. I'm the Associate Director of RAND's Center for Asia-Pacific Policy. So with our study, we were looking at how to get to a place where the United States and China would be in a better, more cooperative place on cyberspace and cybersecurity. We were motivated to start this study because in 2014, the Chinese had severed the formal working group that the United States had set up with China on cyber activities. We then thought, in order to reach a more lasting and meaningful set of outcomes with the Chinese, we had to basically figure out either A, are the Chinese going to suddenly agree to U.S. norms and standards? B, are we going to have to put some penalties on them to move them to the place where they would agree? Or C, are we going to have to negotiate our way forward with them? When we looked at these three possibilities, we thought A seemed unlikely, B seemed difficult to do research on, and C offered the most promising opportunity to go over and talk to people in China and understand better what do they want and is there any overlap with what the United States might give. In the end, we were quite surprised because we found that actually when Xi Jinping came to the United States in September 2015, the Chinese actually decided to give in to the United States on almost all of the things the United States was asking for. The Chinese agreed to stop doing what they had previously been doing, that was using their state technical means to attack private sector companies and steal intellectual property, and the United States didn't have to give anything up. This poses an interesting question then, why did they do it, and what do we need to do in order to keep them to holding to it? One of the recommendations is that the only way the United States was able to reach an agreement with the Chinese on cybersecurity or stopping economically motivated cyber espionage was by elevating it to a very high level, carried forward by the President and his chief advisors, and making it a consistent push and a consistent theme of high-level engagement with Chinese counterparts at the top levels of the Chinese system. Second, I think it's important that the United States follow through with its intentions to impose criminal liability on those hackers from China who intrude into U.S. systems. And third, any Chinese firms that are discovered to possess stolen intellectual property obtained through economically motivated cyber espionage should be banned from U.S. financial and commercial markets.